Steve, it's time! Jennifer is letting her husband know that the moment they've been planning for is here, and Steve rushes his wife to the hospital. They've been waiting for the birth of their baby to take place and are very excited. Steve and Jennifer have been preparing for this moment by taking infant care classes, preparing a nursery, and buying lots of diapers. However, they're not the only ones who have been getting ready for this day. The baby has spent the past 9 months inside its mother preparing as well. Prenatal development is the process by which a baby develops inside the mother's womb. Prenatal development takes about 38 weeks to complete. During this time, a single cell becomes a full-term baby. This time period is divided into different categories of development. The 3 primary stages of prenatal development are the germinal period, the embryonic period, and the fetal period. Each of these stages are important for reaching the ultimate goal of a healthy baby. Now let's look at how Steve and Jennifer's baby has been preparing for birth over the last 9 months. Jennifer's baby began to develop at the moment of conception. This is when the mother's egg is fertilized by the father's sperm. Pregnancy is considered to begin at the first day of the mother's last menstrual period. Conception typically occurs at what is considered the 2nd week of pregnancy. Conception is also the beginning of the germinal period of prenatal development. This stage occurs during the first 2 weeks of development or the 2nd to 4th weeks of pregnancy. The union of the sperm and egg cell form a single cell called a zygote. The zygote moves along the fallopian tube toward the uterus. At the same time, the zygote is rapidly dividing in a process called cleavage. Once it reaches the uterus, the zygote becomes what is called a blastocyst and begins to implant into the wall of the uterus. The germinal period ends when the blastocyst is fully implanted into uterine tissue. Think of Steve and Jennifer's baby as spending the germinal period looking for a place to live. Now that she's found her place, she's ready to start organizing for the work that she has ahead of her. This is the embryonic period of prenatal development. This stage lasts from implantation until about 8 weeks from the time of conception, or the 10th week of pregnancy. This is the most important time of prenatal development because the embryo is developing the foundations for a healthy baby. The blastocyst that implanted in the uterus continues to divide rapidly after implantation. Through a process called differentiation, cells begin to take on different functions. One of the first examples of this is a division between the cells that will make up the placenta and the cells that will make up the baby. After this, a process called gastrulation forms 3 layers called germ layers. The outer layer is called the ectoderm, the middle layer is called the mesoderm, and the inner layer is called the endoderm. Each germ layer will differentiate into different structures. The ectoderm will form many outer tissues, such as skin and hair, as well as most of the nervous system tissues, including the brain. The mesoderm will form tissues inside the body, such as the lungs, bones, and muscles, including the heart. The endoderm will form tissues such as the digestive tract,